Flosstube, Felicity here from Flissy Fist Cross Stitches. Back today on this Sunday the 19th of August. I know it's been a while, but real life has been quite busy. As you can see here, this is my little stitchy buddy. This is Misty. She's a British blue tortie. You probably can see her orange eyes. Nope, don't want to see. There we go. See her orange eyes. She was actually born in New Zealand and then she was flown over to Australia on many different flights when she was a kitten. Her parents basically fell in love with my dad about 20 or so years ago, and the people who bred her parents and bred her asked us if we would like her. So we call her our little white elephant. She's very snuggly at the moment and very clingy, so don't be surprised if she comes back at all. My parents are away for about 6 weeks, so it's just her and I together at the moment. And she's been pestering me for the last last hour or so for a cuddle. So we're just having a little quick cuddle here. I'll put her down. Hopefully she'll settle down somewhere and we can get on with the video. But yeah, this is my little kitty cat. I thought at least you should see her for once, rather than just always on posts on Instagram in the stories. Because she does like to interrupt my stitching time. If not, we'll just have a cuddle here. So what's been happening with me recently is I know I haven't made a film since about, got my notes over here, April. Basically what happened, we went to Kangaroo Island for that trip with my parents and my aunt. It was really good. We were over there for Anzac Day, for the soldier settlers. Really enjoyed it. Was able to go back to the farm. That was my grandfather's farm. It's still being run as a farm, not being turned back into blue gums. Alright, down you go. Right, down we go. Hasn't been turned back into blue gums, so that's really good. I've never been to the farm before, so we went there, and the view from the farm, you can see Handsome Bay, which is an absolute gorgeous beach no, actually, it's a beach, but there's 3 bays on the beach. I'll see if I can insert some photos. And I really enjoyed it. And then you can also see the Flinders Chase National Park from their farm as well. So their farm is situated at the west part of the island, and it's a little wetter down there, so they didn't do any crops, they just ran sheep, so a lot of merino sheep from what I know. I never met my grandfather, so it was really good to go back and see where my mother grew up and my aunt grew up and on the farm. The original farmhouse isn't there anymore, but the old truck that they used to go in that my mum fell out of on one of the hills is still wrapped around a tree. So it was really emotional, especially for my aunt going back. I'm not sure about what mum thought, but it was really good. I had a good time. Then coming back from KI, that was at the end of school holidays, I picked up a short-term contract for 8 weeks at a school local to near me, probably about 10 minutes down the road. At that school I was teaching 0.5, so about half the load. I had Year 8 Maths, Year 10 Maths and Year 11 General Maths, so that's like middle-ish maths. So that kept me busy. While I was there, I was also able to get some relief work, so some TRT work at the same time, and that just kept me really busy. Then I guess I just haven't had the chance to film like I've been really wanting to film, but every time I've wanted to film, parents have been home and I don't really like filming when they're home or something has come up. Yeah, just all sorts of things have happened. We've had the school holidays again and now we're back into school term. This time I'm still just doing relief teaching. I haven't received a contract for this term. I've actually gone back to my old high school, which has been really good. I've actually loved going back and teaching there. And I'm still getting work at the other school I had the contract at. So now it's all just keeping our fingers crossed for jobs next year to see if I get a contract or if I get any of these permanent jobs that I'd applied for. We'll see. I don't know. While that has been happening, I've done a lot of stitching. You'll see basically on one project. I've also done a lot of knitting. I've been getting back into the knitting bug lately, especially in the last couple of weeks. So what I have to show you today is I have an FFO. I have an FFO. I have 2 WIPS, some knitting, and a lot of stash enhancements or haul or acquisitions, whatever you call it. Just remember, this is probably over a course of 3 months. I've also received one of the orders that I was talking about in the previous video from Colour Cascades. That was ordered like in February, so a lot has come, a lot has happened. I can see my kitty cat, she's just deciding where to perch. Alright, so let's start with FFOs. So my FFO is Elsa. So I showed you Elsa as she was finished last video. And that's Elsa by Anna Dittman from Heaven Earth Designs. Well, she's been to the framer and she is framed. The corners are still protected. I haven't taken off, and I'm not going to take them off until Tuesday, because on Tuesday she's been driven down to the showgrounds and being entered into the Royal Adelaide show. So her entry's already in, I just need to drop her off on Tuesday, so I really needed to get this video done before then. Elsa is stitched on 22 count. Okay. So this is my Elsa. She has a double mat. So there's a white mat in here and then a purple mat and a white frame. She just fits into the category for cross stitch that I'm looking for, because she's under 1 metre long and about 60 centimetres wide. I'm talking centimetres, not inches. So she just fits in, but she looks amazing. Yeah, you can see all the reflections, unfortunately, but she is gorgeous. The framing job, people up there, they did an absolutely amazing job. I'm going to see if I can shine the light just here, because you can see the glitter, her metallic coming through and shining. Isn't she gorgeous? What I'm going to do is I'm also going to insert some photos and a video of Chloe's reaction to seeing Elsa. So this is what she hadn't seen beforehand. I was able to give my phone to my sister-in-law. Sorry, my kitty cat's just come back here. I was able to give my phone to my sister-in-law, and she was able to film Chloe's reaction to getting Elsa. I do have permission from Fiona to show you this video and to show you this picture. Yes, fair warning, Chloe is taller than me and she's 10. Alright.
Now what? Oh my god! That is beautiful!
That's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous.
That is amazing! Oh, thanks a lot!
Hey, who said it was for you?
Oi!
You gotta put it in your bedroom, are you, Andrew?
If there's any room in his bed. That is so pretty. Thanks, Auntie Liz. Taking that home.
Oh, meow. Say hello. You gonna say hello? No. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy seeing her. I'm so happy that she has finished. She's the biggest project I have ever stitched, and I am so proud of her. So she's getting taken down to the show on Tuesday. I think we have to do it between like 8 and 10:30 in the morning. Can't wait to show her off. I don't really mind if I don't win. I just want to show them, like the people, that cross stitch is not samplers as well. Like, I love samplers, but this is something different and it's modern. If you are going to the Royal Adelaide show between the 31st of August, like that first couple of days, don't tell me how she's going, if she's won or anything like that. I'm probably going to go on the Wednesday, and I'd like to be surprised. And so is my sister-in-law, she's going on the second Friday. So we both like to be surprised and just see what happens. Yeah, so I'm so pleased to have her framed. Framing came in under budget as well. I was actually surprised how cheap she was to be framed. I'm not going to say it on camera, but I was budgeting quite a lot for the frame. And yeah, no, they've done a great job. I'd be happy to go back there again. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased. So that's 2 finishes for this year. 1 FFO, but 2 finishes. Hopefully I'll get the other one finished soon. Alright, so let's move on to WIPS. I've only been working on 2 projects really since the last video, and there's a lot of progress on one and not so much progress on the other. So when I filmed last, my first project's going to be Once Upon a Time, the Quick Stitch by Aimee Stewart. I'll insert a picture here. So last time I was starting the Heaven and Earth challenge, or the 40-day challenge, and I'd done a bit of it but not much. I was about to start. So I'm still only working on page 2, and I'm stitching this on 22 count, 1/2/1. Okay, it's not hard dang it, it's a slightly different, harder even weave. So here we go. So what you can see, sorry, this is card trying to see what you've done. Alright, so this is page 1, this is page 2. I've also started to stitch using the diagonal method, going down in by 10 by 10 blocks, sorry, words. And that leaf has been completely done in here. There's a little bit of a leaf here, the branch, and there's some words coming through. So I'm about halfway through this page, really enjoying it. It was good to come through and just do a bit each night. I also started to do the 100-day challenge. I managed to get about 30 days or so, and then I kind of fell down the wagon. So this is basically, most of this progress is within that first 30 days of the Heaven and Earth challenge. I'm going to try and get back to it because I really do like stitching on this, and I do want to get it done. It's only, I'm going to say early, but it's only 12 pages compared to the 35 of Elsa. Whoops. So if I can get my head back in the game, alright, I should be able to do it. See, I'm only going to do this on my Q-snap as well. So, yeah, no, really happy, and I want to get back to her, or back to that one soon. I might put it back onto my Q-snap and see what progress I can get done. I am enjoying the diagonal stitching, especially down the page. This page has quite a lot of one colour because it's looking at the book, and I think, especially with this going across the bookshelf, along here, it's a lot easier to do using the diagonal method than just going all the way, parking down the page. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to with Once Upon a Time. Alright, so the other main whip that I've been stitching on is my Mirabilia. So this is Roses of Provence by Mirabilia. I love her dress, and I love these roses up here. Just see if I can bring it in and show you. Alright, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to insert a photo of where I was up to last time, because I don't remember, but this is being stitched on 32 count, called Dryscapes by Sew It All. It's the Australian hand-dyed fabric people in New South Wales. This is before I was starting getting fabric from Tammy, and I am pleased to say that the bottom half of the page, other than beads, is completely stitched. Her dress is stitched, including back stitch, and here she is. I can't see what's going on. There we go. Isn't that dress just gorgeous? I mean, okay, I really can't see what's going on here. Sorry for kicking the camera. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do my head like this. Isn't she gorgeous? I mean, the back stitching is around the dress and then also on the leaves going down. It's in the chronic, this one here, the 150 fee, and it's in the number 4 braid. And actually, I think I just need a little back stitching up the top in this chronic, but mostly that's done. So all I need to do now is, as you can see, I'm actually starting to work, I'm just going to fold her up like this, starting to work going upwards here, and then I continue going up where these the branches are, and then I come back and do her face. So you can see, coming up to do those branches, and then just doing the tree up the bushes of roses up there. But isn't she gorgeous? I love that dress. Just love that dress. And this is my first Mirabilia. So, a little bit more detail. I started her on the 1st of January 2016. Yeah, it's been 2 years. But I didn't stitch on her a lot last year at all. I mainly stitched on Elsa. So now that Elsa is done, I'm able to bring my focus back onto some other pieces like this one. Look at that ruffle. Sorry. Just... This is one fabric that I can't see through. Some of the others I can. This one I can't. Oh, but I love it. I love all those pinks and those purples. So hopefully, you never know what happens next video, not lesson. Sorry, school teacher. But hopefully I can get some more progress on there and see what we can do. Because I do have quite a lot of other Mirabilias that I'd love to start. But I think having one on the go at the same time is probably the best for me. You never know. I could always change my mind. So at the moment I have 5 WIPs. So you can see the Heaven and Earth design. There's the Mirabilia. I have the Seashell Treasures, which is by Dimensions, which I restarted this year. And I also have the Fantasy Castle. So I have 4 WIPs at the moment. And I'm happy having those. They're really good. I'm glad that my big one has done. But I'm starting to feel the urge to start something new. Alright, so that's basically all I have that's on actual WIPs and what I've worked on. This next part is going to be, I'm going to leave my knitting to last actually. This next bit's going to be my stash. So what I've bought over the last couple of weeks, months. I did try to limit my spending, especially because I knew I wasn't getting quite a lot of work coming in. But then there was others that was like, nah, I need that. And it kind of came my way. So, yeah. But one thing I'm going to start trying to do, and I was starting to do it before Mum and Dad went away, is actually learning how to use the sewing machine and how to sew. I've seen all the lovely project bags that people show, and they're really pretty, but I'd like to try and learn how to sew myself. So that's one job I'm going to try and give myself to do while they're away. It might have crooked lines, but I guess it's mine, it's personal. I don't need to worry about what everyone else thinks. So, a couple of weeks ago, Spotlight was having a sale, which is one of our local craft shops, and they were having a sale, and I was able to get a couple of different fabrics by the meter, so like 110 centimeters wide by a meter, which is 100 for like less than $8 for both of them. So this one here is has cactuses on it. So we're going to have cactuses, and I'm going to have this pink fabric here as the backing fabric. So I think that's going to be cute. I actually have enough to do either 3 project bags or a project bag and then a thing that can go around my scroll frame. I'm going to give it a try. But I think that's cute. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to go anywhere else. I'm just going to keep them myself. I was also able to get this fabric here. So it's some roses or some flowers, and then they'll have this light blue as a backing fabric. Again, yeah, just want to give it a try, see how I go. I have been practicing on the sewing machine doing straight lines and just on some scrap fabric, and I am getting better. Slowly, but I'm getting better. And while I was there, I also bought some iron-on interfacing. It's only the cheap version, but hopefully that will do the job. I haven't been brave enough to cut the fabric yet. So the next set of stash is from JK Cross Stitching on Facebook. This is a really good group, especially for people in Australia who are looking for floss for different type of patterns. Contact Janet. She knows exactly what to do. She can get anything in basically and give you a price. Her DMC I think is regularly at like $8.75, 80 cents, which for Australia is amazing. So yeah, jumped on the wagon and I have my first Lizzie Kate. So this is Cat Lessons for People, and I haven't had any other Lizzie Kates before. This is my first Lizzie Kate. and I'm going to change that kitty cat to some greys and some peaches, and not peaches, greys and beiges like Misty. Not sure what fabric to do it on yet. I might have a look through what I have. I do have quite a bit of stash now. It says cat lessons for people. Be persnickety, play with your food, appreciate wildlife, nap every day, don't bite, when a hiss will do, practice patience, listen before speaking, when you make a mess, bury it, sit very close to those you love. So, yeah, Misty's never been into biting. She's never bitten at all. She will hiss. She is certainly getting into napping every day. She is 17 years old and starting to get quite sore around her back legs. So, yeah, she's an old kitty cat. What else can you expect? Next is some samplers I've actually liked trying to do. So, in a previous video, I think it was probably last year, I started to get the Dinky Dye Winter Sampler. So this one here is Spring Heart Sampler by Dinky Dyes. It's not just looking at cross stitching, but it has a whole heap of different other stitches in there as well. And I'd like to start trying to do that, because I might have something in the works later on this year. Not sure yet, soon. But I also have bought the Spring Dinky Dye Silks that go with this pattern. So these ones are number 35, which is Maddie's Roses, and 83, which is Peach Melba. Don't ask me how to say them. But this one's actually nice and variegated, and this one's like, so they're both variegated. But this one's some nice pinks, like some shades of pinks, actually. Does that work? I do have my stitching lamp on at the moment because it's winter in Australia and it's dark and gloomy outside and the heater's on. So if you can hear the heater, I apologise, but it's freezing. Alright, next is Summer Gardens Gate Sampler. Okay, so this is also from Dinky Dyes. I love this bottom part. And though it just looks so pretty. And these are the Dinky Dyes as well. Here we go. So from this one here is 39 Monkey Mia, number 40 Daydream, and 50 Acacia. Sorry, there we go, coordination. So I already said I have winter. Winter's already in my stash, and this last one is Autumn Fire Sampler. Look at those colours. This one needs some beads as well, so I need to get the Swarovski crystals for those. And then we also have the Dinky Dyes. So Jaffa, which is number 14, Autumn Leaves, and Nutwood. I was going to say nutmeg, but it's nutwood. Aren't they pretty? So I also was able to get the women's silhouette as well. I have a really big piece of 22 count hand dyed that I bought from someone on Aussie Stash Unload last year. I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I thought this will fit on it, and I think this will be great against it, because all I'm going to do is stitch it in a dark colour and the fabric's just going to shine through. So that's everything from Janet. Next is a whole heap of things from Colour Cascades from Tammy. So the first part of this is actually going to be the order that I said that will probably arrive the next day. It did. And that was actually placed, I think, back in February or January when she had a big sale. So this is most of that. Then I have some studio sessions and the monthly fabrics. I managed to pick up my first soda stitch. So this one is the Princess Collection. I'm a big Disney fan, if people hadn't noticed by now. So yeah, I think these are cute. I probably won't stitch them all along like this. I might stitch them individually, just because that's my sort of thing. And then I can frame them individually, or do a flat fold or something like that. The only thing is, instead of writing up the Little Mermaid up here, I might just write Ariel, and the same with Aladdin, I might write Jasmine and Aurora for Sleeping Beauty, because they're the actual names of the characters rather than just the movies. These are 32 count. They're an 13 by 18 on 32 count Lugana. I just wanted to see what they were like and give them a try. So this one here is Barbie Girl. It's like a pinks, blues. There we go. Pinks and some blues. Maybe one of the Nora Corbett's would fit onto here, or all sorts of things. Really, I think that's really pretty. You probably could tell I'm a purple girl. It's going to be really noticeable that I'm a purple girl later on. This one is Blue Orchid. Orchid. My pronunciation, you know, is not great, guys. Just a nice light blue. It's actually a lot bluer in life. My light's kind of dragging it out slightly. I don't have anything white. Oh, hang on. Nope. I don't have anything I can put behind it. Sorry. I have an idea what could go on that. Maybe. You'll find out. And I love these colours. This is Yesterday's. Oh, God. Yesterday's. And it's like a pinks and purples. Oh, yeah. Just, yes. That was showing it better like that. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My colours. Alright, so these ones that are coming up now are actually on 28 count, so that I could fit what I want to fit on them. And I want you to see if you can pick what they are for. The name might help. So these again are the 13 by 18, 28 count Lugana, so, and this one's called Autumn Carnival. What do you think I might want to stitch on here? You have any idea? So Autumn, Garden of Eden. This is like it's got those splotches of like pinks and greens and some blues, but it's like a browny yellow. Browny yellow. Anyone getting an idea yet? Emerald City. One short day. Oh, now I have Wicked stuck in my head. Emerald. And Silver Springs. Again, all these are 28 count, 13 by 18. I do love this. Now, have we guessed what these four might be for? How about if I put them in order? Okay. Oops. So, winter. Do you reckon? Winter sampler. Autumn. Summer. No, spring. Summer. I know people probably think like this might be more of a summer one, but in Australia, our summers are quite dry and quite really brown and really yellowy. So I thought if we had it like that, that would probably be more representation of them. But wouldn't they be nice to use for those samplers I have? That was my thoughts. So yeah, basically that's really all kitted up. I think there's some beads I still need to get, but I can get them later. The next two here, these two are some studio sessions. So this one is on 28 Lugana AM 8 by 13. Just a tiny little, do something on it. I really like this colour. It's like a bluey grey. I'm not quite sure what it was from, but it was really pretty. And this one is Yesterday's. It's on 22 count. It's actually a bigger piece. It's like a 17 by 20 something. I don't know, but I do love yesterday's. I love that colour. And I could do anything on it. I love stitching a 22 count. The other three things now from Tammy, these are my monthly fabrics. So for my monthly fabrics, I get an 18 by 23 size, and they're all 32 count Lagana. This one is April's monthly, okay, but it's actually been come back as a name. So where's my name? I'm just changing my notes. I did write it down. So this is actually now one of her new lines. It's called Stormbringer. It's like a nice grey. I really like this colour. It's like a nice grey neutral. It really does remind me of a storm. Yeah, no, really pretty. Really pretty. Like a sky, like a really winter sky, like what we're having at the moment. This is May monthly, and it's now being called, again, Angel of the Morning. I will write it on here in a bit. So this is Angel of the Morning. It's like a blue, but there's hints of tan and red, like that's really tan that side, but there's some hints of tan on this side as well. You could have it either way. So there's that, like nice subtle, and then on the other side is like really, really, really aggressive, if that's a word you can say. I like this too. It's like a nice neutral. And love this last one. Oh, this is my favorite. This is also another nude colour to Tammy, and it's called Lavender Blue. See if the colours can go through. Look at those, look at that mottling. I love that. Absolutely love that. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I could see a lady on this. I could see anything on this. I just really love that. Really pretty. Tammy, you do amazing fabric and amazing colours. It's just gorgeous. I am completely blaming Jessie Marie for these. I started to go with the Cottage Garden sampler, this Cottage Garden samplings, the Bird series. So this is Forever and Ever by Cottage Garden Samplings. My degree is a biology degree with maths, but this just spoke to my inner biologist. And I actually have the second one out now as well. So this is Merry and Bright. So this one has a black capped chickadees and winter holly. And this one was Northern Cardinal and Christmas Rose. I'm not going to stitch them all on one big piece of fabric and frame them that way. What I'm probably going to do is stitch them like probably on the same fabric, but I'm actually going to finish them in little smalls so that you can actually interchange and swap them out. I think that would be better. That would be what I would like to do. I'm thinking maybe one of those fabrics. So if you've seen any of those 3 monthly fabrics that I showed, would be good for those. I'm thinking maybe Stormbringer or the Lavender Blues would be really pretty for that series. I'm not quite sure yet. I know they won't all fit on that one piece of fabric, so I have to order another one. But I just need to know which one to order because I haven't quite decided yet. Next bit is I was lucky enough to receive Butterfly Fairy from Tammy. I was able to get her part of her lotto thing. She kind of said, I have 10 copies, put your name down, I'm going to randomly draw names out of that, and contacted us privately. So I was able to get Butterfly Fairy. This is the only one out of all of them that I wanted. I already do have Fairy Moon with Stitcher One Day, but this is the one that I love. I mean, butterflies and me, everyone knows that, all my friends know, to get me anything that has a butterfly on it, I love it. Yeah, so this one actually doesn't have that many beads on her either. There's a couple of blends, no chronic, and beads. So she might be able to go on one of those fabrics as well. I mean, I just love her. She's so pretty. Also, while I was during the time away, I've heard that one of my local needle workshops is actually closing down. Their lease is not being renewed, so I went down there and I've actually picked something up, but we'll look at that later. And then I walked down the road to the next shop down there, which is not really a local needle shop, it's more embroidery, but they've started to finally bring in some cross stitch. They've had people ask about it, but they've never really brought it in. They have all sorts of threads and all sorts of different patterns for embroidery, but not really any cross stitch. So one of the cross stitches that they're starting to bring in was this book here, which is Joan Elliott's Fairy Enchantment. And in this book there are 9 big designs and then 4 little designs. So I'm happy to go through now that I actually have the house to myself, and I'll do a flip through if people would like me to. But there's Butterfly Fairy, Once Upon a Time, Fairy Queen, The Fairy and the Dragon, A Fairy Garden, and then Childhood Magic. So there are a selection of what is in the book. Okay, these aren't the patterns, these are just photos. And then the patterns in here are in colour. So they're in colour, they have no, they're not in colour, they're black and white. My mistake. But I have never done a Joan Elliott. I think I might need to now. I'm sure I have some brilliant fabric. I might even have some of the beads because I have been getting a stash of beads slowly. And yeah, no, I reckon I can do it. They've both got colours for both the DMC and the anchor. I have the full set of DMC. There is some full half and quarter stitches. There's also some chronic, which I can get from 123 Stitch. If I do, I'm going to make it a big order. There's some French knots. Some have beads, some don't. I'm just trying to see if this one has any beads. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing one of these. I have either photocopy at school, I can photocopy at home, and I'll probably just make working copies of the pattern. But if you want me to do a flip through, let me know, and I will do a flip through one day this week. I have a couple of days working so far, but not sure yet. Then I went to a shop down near where I used to work at a swimming centre called Savers. It's like a, it's not an op shop, but it's like a second-hand shop. And I love going there because I can get books for like $2. And I found this one here. So it's the More Storybook Collection on cross stitch. And there's some really pretty patterns in here, like really old ones, but they're like all my childhood that I remember. So there's Maisie, Noddy, Tom Kitten, Big Bear and Little Bear, Thomas the Tank Engine, Alice in Wonderland, Velveteen Rabbit, Postman Pat, Angelina and Elmer. So I'm also happy to go do a book flip through of some of the patterns in here. It's really nice, thick, glossy paper. It has an introduction. It has like in different sections. The patterns are really clear, really clear. I know there are boys out there who love Thomas the Tank Engine. Let me just find it. There's this one here. There's like they've done a sampler using Thomas the Tank Engine, and they have all those there. There's this one as well on this page. So yeah, I'm also happy to do a book, a flip through of this book as well. I mean, look at Tom Kitten. Alright, so last week during the week we were doing some bridesmaids and wedding shopping with my friend for her wedding in December. And we went into a particular store out north that is a store that has a lot of, what do you call it, collectibles, I guess, about anything you can think of. And I found there a keychain or a key ring with a chain of Sailor Moon characters on it. And I saw it and I went, yup, I can turn them into needle minders. So with these are being done with a needle minder. I've just got them on some cardboard at the moment. And it's the whole Sailor Moon. Okay, you've got Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Sailor Venus, and Sailor Saturn, maybe? I can't remember the other one. I can't be bothered to get the ring off. I mean, they're just for me. I was really happy with what I was able to get for these. They're just on the magnets. Yeah, so I made my own needle minders. 5 needle minders for like less than $20. I was happy. And then I happened to watch Belinda Aussie Stitches video. And on there, she was showing the clay needle minders that she received from Needle Minder Obsession. And I went, I like that. So I went onto her Facebook page, and there was some coming out soon. I think they're arriving the next day. So I then went back on again the next day. Whoops, they're just starting to come together. I went on the next day and I saw this one. Isn't he adorable? Disney, the Beast. If I can get Belle later on and some of the other Disney characters, I'll be happy. But yeah, he's so adorable. And then I also kind of thought, well, one needle minder is not really worth it in the post. So I kind of added on 4 more. So I've got Mr. Koala Bear, Mrs. Potts and Chip from Beauty and the Beast as well, the purple carriage which I've been eyeing off for ages, and Science Bitch. Hell yeah. I mean, yes. Seriously, science. That's me. I love this one, it's glittery, so is the carriage. Next bit I'm going to talk about is knitting, but if you don't want to listen to knitting, that's fine. I would suggest though that you wait till the end of the video, because there might be something there for you. So what I've done here is with my knitting, I have a finish. I haven't blocked it yet, but it is finished. I have a new start, and I have a little bit of haul. So this one here is my first ever shawl from Curious Handmade, which is Helen Stewart. I think that's her name. And it's the Spindrift shawl. So I haven't blocked this yet. There is cat hair and my hair all over it because I need to give it a soak and block out this lace. And it's just done with fingering weight yarn from Heavenly Flower Designs, and the colour is, oops, that's upside down, sorry. It's their super fine sock, which is 80% merino, 20% nylon, 100 grams, 400 meters, 4 ply, which is fingering weight, called Burning Light. Oops, you can see the price I paid there. I went down to a yarn store that's just opened up recently in Port Adelaide called Yarn Trader, and I bought some the new Chiago Minis, the 2.5 centimeter ones, the really tiny ones that have tiny hands. And while I was there, I bought this yarn. When I bought it, I thought it was mostly going to be white with spots of purple and pink, because when I looked at the skein, or the hank, whatever you call it, there was white, purple, and blue, and pink and pink. When I actually caked it up with a lot more success this time, it actually has caked up really pretty, and I can't believe how pretty all these purples are, purples and pinks. These are my colours. I love how it curls. This is my first time doing a shawl. This is my first time doing any sort of lace, so I do know I need to block it. And I have this much left. So I'll put that somewhere, and I might do a scrappy blanket or something later with all the odds and ends that I get eventually. But yeah, no, this is really pretty. Just wear it like this for the moment, I guess. It's only a single skein shawl, so I actually think if I do another shawl soon, I might do like a 2 skein, because, I mean, I know this will probably grow when I block it as well, but I think I like the slightly larger shawls. But it is getting cold at the moment, so it was really nice to have this to knit with. Do I have the dates? No, I don't have the dates that I started and finished this, but it only took me around a month. Not very long at all. But I love the colours. It's just so pretty. And this actually doesn't make me itch. A lot of the time I do itch with shawls or with any type of yarn, especially from Bendigo, but that's like a really itchy type of yarn. This doesn't make me itch at all. Then from there I went on eBay and I actually found some hand-dyed yarn on eBay. This is from Hello Parker and it's their hand-dyed sparkly feet, 75 merino, 20 nylon and 5% stellina. Again, it's 100 grams from 400 meters. I don't really know if it's a colorway called sparkly feet, but it's really, really pretty. So this is what's on my needles at the moment. And it's like I love these colors as winter colors. So you can see there's like a purple, there's a deep maroon, deep orange, deep green, deep blue. I had better success caking this up than I've had with other ones. You can see I've just wound it slightly so I could actually get things. You can see that glitter. I love that. I'm getting addicted to the glitter, as you'll see later, but I'm really getting addicted to the glitter. So it's really pretty. These are on my 4 mil, which is I think size 6 Chigos, circular needles, and I'm actually stitching a cow. A cow? Is that how you say it? So this will be quite a lot longer than what it is currently, and it's called the Co-Pilot cow. So it has like this garter stitch ridge here, then this lacy block which I have about 5 or 6 more rows, like sections to go, another garter stitch, lace as much as you want. And I actually had about 110 grams of this one here, so I'll probably make a bit longer than what needs to be. Oops. Sorry guys, my coordination today is hopeless. But that just reminds me of winter. Absolutely reminds me of winter colours. And at the moment it is freezing. And yeah, I've actually done more knitting on that in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I have stitched. Then during this week, this is now Stash and Hat Mitts for knitting. During this week, I saw on Facebook that a particular indie dyer in New South Wales is closing down her store due to family reasons. It's called Daydream Yarns. Today, I think, is the last day that you can get any of her yarns. She's closing her store, and I think everything's now 40% off. So what I did is, once I saw what was going on, I went onto her Etsy page and did a little bit of damage. 2 of these, you can see what kind of theme I was in, but this one here is I know it's very similar to what I'm wearing now, but it's actually a lot bluer. This is Angori, one of a kind. It's the 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon. Fingering weight 100 grams, town base, and it's blues and purples, but this is more of a light blue than a white. When I saw it, I thought it was more of a white on the photo, but I think I'll be able to do something with it. I might put it into a pair of socks or put it into a hat, but that is really pretty. Then these 2 looked different on the photos, and in real life they are actually different colours, but I'm not sure how they're going to show in the video. So this one here is Iluka, one of a kind, the Oxley base, 80% super merino wash, Aussie super wash merino, 20% nylon, again 100 grams. And then this one here is Suffolk Park town base, so the same base as the other one, and it's a bit deeper. So they look very similar. This one's lighter, if you can't tell, but they are actually different colours. So I don't really mind that they are so similar. I'll just probably put them into a 2-tone shawl. Like you can see, this one's now slightly lighter than that one. But I'll probably just use these together. Just be easier to do it that way and to go from there. So they arrived this week. I think they arrived Friday. Yeah, Friday. And I ordered them like Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday? Monday, because I was working. It was Monday. She also, when she sent them out, was a little pack of peppermint tea and a butterscotch lolly. And then I also received from her these little mini skeins. So these are 5 grams, okay? In one of a kind. Didn't say what colour they are, but they're really pretty. Really, really pretty. Yeah. She also had a nice handwritten note and came with these stickers. Can you see a theme? Butterflies. Yeah, so I'm sad that she's going out of business, but I'm glad I bought that yarn. I can see some nice shawls or something coming from that at the moment. Then the last thing is what happened earlier today. So today I had to get up earlier than normal on a Sunday because I normally sleep in on Sundays, and drive my sister-in-law and niece Chloe to the airport because they were flying to Melbourne for Fiona's graduation from uni. So glad that she's graduated and she has a permanent job. Good on her. So I dropped them at the airport, and then I headed up to our Mitcham area, and up there at a place called Gallery 1 was a yarn thing being held. Yeah, so a yarn thing was being held, and it was called, at Gallery 1, it was called Twisted. So I went in around, it started at 10 till 3, I stayed until about 1 o'clock. Walked in, it was very slow to start off with, but I had lots of fun walking around, and I was able to see heaps of different yarns, and I talked to quite a few people that I've interacted with on Instagram quite a lot. Yeah, I had a great time, and I did a little buying. So I was Australian, I only bought 3. 2 of them though are going to have actually matched really well with 2 other colours that I was looking for. So I had a really good conversation with the dyer from Ashen Oaks, Monica. She was lovely. We had heaps of conversations today, and we kept bumping into each other. It was lovely. Thank you for all the tips from Finch Yarns about sock knitting and some tutorials. I'm looking to go into that soon. And yeah, so I had a really fun time, and it was just good to talk to people who were knowledgeable more about knitting and how I'm getting into it, and yeah, just really loved it. So the first purchases I had were from Finch Yarns. So the first one that came to my eye was this one here, which is called Tingle. It's on their Good Sock. It's a 75 superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. So it's like this really, it's a bit of, got some like speckles of orange and yellow going through it, and some pinks and things. The reason I have this one is because it matches really nicely with this one here. So this one is from Ashen Oaks. It's called Milan's Roses, and I thought these two, because there's that orange here, would work really nicely in a shawl together. If you have an idea of or a suggestion about what shawl maybe, let me know. But I think that is so pretty. Really pretty. So there's orange speckles on this one, which is Milan's Roses. And there's like the pink speckles here with the orange speckles over here and the yellow. So that's those two. The other one that I was looking at was also from Monica's shop, which is Ashen Oak, which is Arctic. For some reason, I kept reading this as Archie, but it's actually called Arctic. Silly me. And this one here is from Collar Girl Collective, which is also from Adelaide. It's the 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, 5% stellina, so sparkle, called Ice. And I thought these two would go really nicely together. So this is the new one. You see that sparkle? And that's what I'm going to match it with. Yeah. Isn't that pretty? I reckon that will go really well because you got like the nice lights here and then the darks here. Yeah, no, I reckon they'll go really well together. So slightly different. This is again is the 75 superwash and the nylon, 25 nylon. I don't mind it. They're 2 different bases. This one is super soft, but I reckon they'll go well together. Also from Finch Yarns, I couldn't put this one down. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Probably a pair of funky socks because the colours are funky. It's called 75% merino wash. It's 25% nylon. It's called My Little Horse Head. And all it reminds me of is My Little Pony. Look at those colours. I reckon a pair of socks. I need to learn how to make socks. Don't you reckon? A pair of socks. And last thing I was able to get there is a little project bag from Collar Girl Collective, and Hope, Dream, and Butterflies. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. So, and the inside is lined as well. And there is Collar Girl Collective. I reckon that's really pretty. So that's 2 knitting project bags I have. They're kind of small for cross stitch. One last thing is I was lucky enough to win a giveaway as well this in the last couple of weeks from Angie Meyer. She did a giveaway recently, and it was this kit here, the Dimensions Glory of Autumn. Love those colours. It reminds me of a Thomas Kincaid. Really does. I know it's not Thomas Kincaid, but I love it. It just reminds me of Thomas Kincaid. So this should probably need to get started soon. Not sure when, but it will get started. And she was lovely enough. She provided a lovely handwritten note. And what I didn't expect was all these lovely different flosses. So she said that she was gifted these floss, like a whole heap of these flosses by someone. Some of them are old DMCs. Another one is a different brand called Ayers. And they're so lovely and bright, so I'm sure I'll find something to do with them. I'm not going to go through every single colour because there's like yonks. But they are amazing. Sorry, I've been really, really clumsy this afternoon, especially since coming home. Funny thing that happened. This is hilarious. I was defrosting some soup last night so I can have it for lunches for the rest of the week because I do have 3 days of work coming up. And it was basically defrosted, but there was a bit of clump. So I was cutting the bag to put it into a container, so I put it in the fridge. And then soup went everywhere on the floor. All over me and on the floor. So, very clumsy today. Sat down, needed a cup of coffee just to kind of calm down. And then I spilled my coffee. So, it's been a bit of a clumsy afternoon. But I'm glad to get through this video without too many problems. So, one last thing is I am going to insert some photos and some video towards the end of this video, at the very end, of an exhibition that we went to. I went with Mum and Dad. It was held at Ayers House in Adelaide. It's opposite the old Royal Adelaide Hospital, and it's a lovely old house, all bordered with lots of very fine gold work on the ceilings. Absolutely gorgeous. And there was an exhibition there held about some dresses. I'll put the name here because I can't remember the name off the top of my head at the moment. And they had all the old costumes and all the old work there. And the dresses that were detailed, they had hand done embroidery, lace. Oh, it was gorgeous. So I'm going to insert at the end here some video and some photos that I took that were of what was on display. There was one bit there that you'll see a video of where it's this panel, so panel, and it was all, what's the word, satin stitched and stem stitched of butterflies, peacocks, a kingfisher, flowers, all sorts of things there on that one. They went in, I went upstairs and there was the restored samplers. So I have photos of it, then all they've done of them. I have photos of them, and all they've done is actually just put those cross-stitch samplers in a frame. That's it. There was original patchwork on the beds. It was just a gorgeous house and a gorgeous exhibition. So I'm going to leave that and put that at the very end of this video. But one last thing I want to do is, while I had that 3-month break when I was really wanting a video but didn't get a chance, blah, 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 is I actually have been doing videos now for a year. Just checked. I filmed my very first Flosstube video on the 16th of June last year. So, I have a giveaway. When I went to the local LNS that's closing down, I was able to find this chart that I don't see quite a lot often. I don't see many people stitching it. And of course, because they're closing down, they're having a sale. So I've bought this one here, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it as a giveaway. So I want to give back to you guys. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has commented on my videos, especially last video about Elsa. I haven't got around to answering those comments because I've been really busy and slack. I will get back to it, but I want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed and to comment about anything about Aimee mine. Any support, yeah. So this is like basically a big thank you to everyone, all of you. This is starting this channel was a major step for me. I hate being on camera. I've always hated being on camera, so this was made like my goal to myself to try and get on camera, to be comfortable with who I am a little bit more, but also to share what I'm stitching with you guys and to be a part of it all. I've been posting on Instagram as Flissy Fish for years, and if you want to follow me, you can follow me there. I just need to request because I'm a school teacher and keep everything private. But I just wanted to be a part of the community. I saw everyone having so much fun on these videos and I wanted to be a part of it. So here I am. So as a thank you to everyone out there, I want to give you away this chart. So it's Mirabilia Christmas Wishes. And it's from 2001. And it is number 61. I don't see a lot of people stitching this one at all. I mean, I'm not really a seasonal or Christmas stitcher, but I thought you guys might like it. So yeah, it has glass mill hill beads, it has metallic thread, rainbow gallery threads. So the only thing is, you guys have to be, whoever enters has to be over 18, able to give me your address. It is going to be sent from Australia, so I'm happy to send it anywhere, okay? I'm not going to give it any restrictions. Please, when you comment, don't say giveaway, don't say please enter me, anything like that. I'd actually like to go to someone who will stitch it, someone in the community, not any of the trolls that are going through. If you want to enter to win this, I'd like you to tell me, what is your favourite thing about Christmas? I know Christmas is about 4 or 5 months away, but we've just gone through Christmas in July, and I want you to tell me your favourite thing about Christmas. And I will draw the winner in my next video. Not the flip throughs, but hopefully another video coming up soon. Yeah, I hope that you will enter. And again, a really big thank you from me for everyone who has commented or subscribed. It means so much to me, and I love this community. Everyone together, yeah. No, just thank you so much, especially for going through on all your comments about Elsa. I know she's gorgeous, but thank you. Yeah, that's about all from me, and it's about 3 months left. I know this is going to be a bit of a long video, but I hope you don't mind, and if you need to watch it in bits, watch it in bits. I hope you enjoy seeing Misty. She's now asleep. Well, reason I'm looking over there. She's now asleep on the couch over there. Finally settled down. You know, thank you for being on this journey with me. I mean, it is a journey, and I hope to keep recording. I'd also like to say thank you to Southernmost Stitches. She's just recently commented on my video, just checking that I'm okay. I am okay. I'm back now with another video. Here I am. Yeah. So, no. Happy to be back. Hope to film again soon. Happy stitching. And just enjoy life. Hey guys, I'm just going to insert this in between the end of my video and also the beginning of what I'm going to show as the videos, the photos and videos. I just wanted to say that the music that's going to be behind it is actually going to be me playing the flute. Bear with me, I haven't played the flute for quite a few years, so there might be some mistakes coming in. I did happen to buy a new flute recently and I'm loving it, and I really need to get back into playing it. So I'm still getting used to the tone and getting used to the fingers again. Most of the music is probably just going to be some classical, probably Winter from Four Seasons by Vivaldi, Minuet maybe. We'll see what happens and see how much I need. But if there's a couple of mistakes, please bear with me. Alright, so this is Winter from the Four Seasons by Vivaldi. Bear with me for mistakes. Let's give this one a try. Symphony number 40, theme from the first movement of Mozart's.